Welcome and thank you guys for tuning in to Boys in the Zone. Today we're going to be doing a 2021 NFL mock draft for the Dallas Cowboys. If you are a fan of another team, go ahead and leave a comment down below. I will do your team. You just have to ask. But yeah, this is going to be a 4-round mock draft. We're going to go over some of these players and just, try to go through different scenarios for the Cowboys. I will probably be trying to trade down. But we'll see how the draft goes. So let's load up the simulator. Got 4 rounds fast. And the Cowboys, let's start her up. And there we go. All right, our first trade offer. Pick 28, pick 60, and then some 2022s. Not really looking forward to that. Or we can drop 2 picks. Wow, okay. So who is left on the... Ooh. Okay, so we still have Caleb Farley, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, Patrick Surtain, Rashawn Slater, Azeez Ojulari, J.C. Horn, Christian Darrisaw, and then Christian Barmore. And we're just dropping 2 picks. Let's counter that. We're going to want your second rounder this year, boys. That's the trade. They don't want to do that. Okay, well, let's reject the Saints. Gonna counter them. We're gonna say you can get that, and we'll throw in 170. And they don't want that either. Okay. Let's see. We want 43 and 12. You get 10, and we'll throw in 108. Declined. Golly, these boys are gonna kill us. Let's counter. Let's pick up this extra. We'll even send our third to you guys. Or we'll just send you ours. We'll send you next year's third. How about that, boys? Declined. They don't want to do it. All right, I think we're going to have to send our third to get this pick, which I'm fine with. Better players, whatever. They take Caleb Farley. We had another trade offer, 22, 53, 85, all for pick 12. That is enticing. We can pick up basically our third rounder again with 85, pick up an additional second, and we already have 2 seconds right now, and then pick up a 22. Do I want to do that and possibly miss out on my guy? I think the best way to fix this team is by trading down, and they're gonna give us a 7th for that. Next, no. Reject. We've dropped enough. So the guy that I actually wanted to fall right here has fallen to us. We did miss out on the top 3 corners. J.C. Horn went ahead of Patrick Surtain, which is interesting. Joseph Osai this early is interesting. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, they are always mocking him to the Vikings. That is crazy. Kyle Pitts to the Giants. Kwity Paye at 12. Michael Parsons. So none of these guys I was really interested up there at the top. The first guy that went that I was interested in really is Caleb Farley. After that, it dropped down to Azeez Ojulari, and then every single player after that's pretty much what I've been interested in, minus Gregory Rousseau and then Elijah Vera-Tucker. But yeah, 22. My guy is here. I'm picking the best D-tackle in this draft. I don't need to really look at anything else, but we are going to try to trade back up because I want to trade right here to this Saints pick. So we're going to propose a trade. We're going to go here to the Saints next. We want to pick up 28 Saints, and we're going to give you 44, and we'll give you 53. 44. We'll give you 43, actually, if you really want to. Trade was accepted. Awesome. So we're back up in the first round. We have 2 first-rounders. This is going to be awesome. We're going to pick Christian Barmore with the first pick right there. And then my other guy dropped down to me that I really wanted to get here, which is Nick Bolton. But we'll check and we'll see what else we have here. Christian Barmore right there, Rashad Bateman, Samuel Cosme, my boy Pat out of Penn State, man. I think he's going to be great in the league. And Zaven Collins, the freak out of Tulsa, Jason Owe, He's nice, Penn State player too, at that DN spot. But yeah, my guy fell here. I'm gonna pick up Nick Bolton. I think that he's a really really good read and react linebacker, and I think that the Cowboys desperately need that. So a lot of these corners went off the board that no, we're gonna reject that. So a lot of these corners went. Wow, Baron Browning right there at 41. That's crazy. That's the highest I've actually ever seen him go. But that's okay, because I already got my linebacker in Nick Bolton. Anyways, so let's scroll back up here, and so see both of those. Oh, okay, so one of the Georgia corners are still on the board if I wanted to grab him. Let's see, defense corner. So here's my rationale behind picking Christian Barmore with that first pick of mine, is that I feel like after we already missed out on the top corners, after that, I didn't really feel like Campbell and Stokes, and really even Samuel, even though he kind of gets beat up on the outside, are that far apart. So I felt like the value was there to go D tackle. Let me see who the D tackles are left. Yeah, so the Washington D tackle, I'm pretty sure he was an opt out this year, but he was really good. The Ohio State kid, he's good. Marvin Wilson is a guy that you should know his name for sure. He would have been a late round guy that I would have grabbed if we didn't already pick up the D tackle. But anyways, my rationale behind this was basically I felt like the corner is a little bit deeper than the D tackles, so I wanted to go ahead and pick up that D tackle spot. And whenever I traded back up, the reason why I went for Nick Bolton here is I think he is linebacker 3 on my board, my rationale is, yes, Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah is really nice coverage, but he could be a little bit small. He could possibly play safety. I don't really like Micah Parsons. He feels really raw to me. And then the other linebacker right here, Zaven Collins, he's super big and he's great, but I just feel like Nick Bolton just seems like the safest linebacker, if that makes sense. But he's still really, really good. So yeah, I just picked up my linebacker here. Even though, let's say I didn't get my linebacker right there, I probably would have picked up Jabril Cox later on, and that would have been an awesome pick too. But anyways, yeah, back to my current pick, which is right here at the 44 spot. We can either have Eric Stokes, Asante Samuel Jr., and Melifonwu. He's great. Elijah Bolton for the slot if we wanted to. Greg Newsome. I'm not as high on Newsome as some, but Aaron Robinson, corner from UCF. I've heard good things about him. And so yeah, so we've got some options. I am personally going to go Asante Samuel Jr. because I think that he's a dog, and I like dogs. So yeah, I'm going to pick him up, and I'm going to feel really, really happy about him. Okay, we're here at 85. Let's see. We can drop back a little bit. We're just going to reject that. Let's see who else went that I liked during this time. Where's my other pick? So Asante Samuel. So the D tackle from Washington, like I mentioned. Rashawn Weaver. He's a guy that I like. Nixon, he's all right. Basham, I really like Basham. Naziruddin, or however you say his last name. He's more of a strong safety, but he's interesting, And Jalen Phillips, that's great value for Jalen Phillips. If you can get him at 61, pick him all day, every day. I'm a really big fan of Jalen Phillips. Mac Jones drops all the way to 63. Wow. So really good value, I think, for San Francisco right here, picking up Mac Jones. And possibly, moving on from Garoppolo there. Let's roll Eric Stokes. Wow, Stokes dropped that far, man. So this isn't really playing out how I imagined. But yeah, Eric Stokes drops to the 3rd round, top of the 3rd. Javon Holland, I'm not super high on him, but as a 3rd rounder, that's right where I probably think he should go. Chaz Surratt. Some people are super high on Chaz, but I'm not one of them. Some people are super high on this safety out of USC. I'm not as big of a guy for the USC safety, just because I feel like he hits with his shoulder way too much. He doesn't really wrap up in tackles, and I've just seen too much of that, honestly, for this Cowboys team. So I'm gonna stay away from that. I like Elijah Moulton in the third round to the Falcons. That's a great pickup right there. The D tackle out of Ohio State right there. That's an awesome pickup for the Panthers. Jabril Cox, awesome pickup for the Chargers, which is kind of weird because they picked up Kenneth Murray, who's kind of the same as Jabril Cox in a way. But, linebackers, you can get them wherever you want. They're always great for special teams and whatnot. Melifonwu right here from Syracuse drops down to 83. So I have 85, and then let's see, what other picks do I have? Let me see if I can propose a trade. Let's just say I have the Dolphins next. 85 and 108. I have, I think we're just going to stick and pick, honestly. Let's check out these safeties. Richie Grant. So I'm really high on Richie Grant. I just got around to watching him. If you guys don't know who Dane Brugler is, you guys got to go check out Dane's stuff. He has a really good grade on Richie Grant. He thinks that people should be higher on him. I completely agree. I also like Andre Cisco right here, even though they have him as the 91st ranked prospect. Sorry, guys. In this draft, I'm a little bit high on Cisco than most. I just feel like he creates turnovers. He's a good safety, and I think that whenever you create turnovers, that's an underrated aspect of your game, and I really like Cisco. Ardarius Washington, he didn't have the turnovers that he did in 2019, but he's undersized, but he's a great safety. But yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and just pick up my top safety right here, left on the board, which is Richie Grant, and I love that pick for the Cowboys. We get a bona fide free safety. We can drop back a couple picks, 5 picks, and then pick up 173. Nah. I think we're just going to go ahead and stick and pick right here. Ardarius Washington goes to the Browns right there, which is an awesome pick. Nico Collins to the Texans. Interesting pick. Aaron Robinson, 99. Man, let's check out these edge players. Hayes we could go with. Is the other Miami kid on the board? I don't see him. I don't see the other Miami kid. Shaka Tony, I'm going to be honest, I haven't watched him. Peyton Turner, haven't watched him. Kunze, maybe? I don't know how to say that. I really haven't watched anybody except for Hayes, and that's just from basically game watching, not even film. Let's see who else we have here on the offensive side of the. Let's just go all players, see who they have the highest rated. Tutu Atwell, haven't watched him. The D tackle from USC, interesting prospect. We've already picked up a D tackle, so we're going to stay away from that. Adrian Ely, possibly get a tackle, developmental swing tackle. Hubbard is a running back, but Marvin Wilson's still left on the board, and I know this sounds stupid as hell to pick up 2 defensive tackles, but I actually really, really like Wilson. So this could possibly be the pick. We can go 2 picks at D tackle, which seems crazy because of the picks that we've invested in D tackle just the last 2 years with. I'm drawing a blank on the Oklahoma kid, and then Hill. So, do I really want another D tackle, Marvin Wilson? Yeah, I'm just gonna go pick him. You know what? I don't want to think about it too much. Sean Wade dropped way down there. Let's look at the other guys that dropped way down. I want to see. Why can't I? It's not letting me. Okay, well, I guess I can't. See the full stuff. But anyways, yeah, my picks were Christian Barmore, Nick Bolton, Asante Samuel Jr., Richie Grant. This guy, he needs to be higher on people's big boards. And then Marvin Wilson. I think that this is a really, really good draft. If the Cowboys could pull this off, they get a starter at D tackle. They get another starter in Nick Bolton. They get another slot corner, or he could play on the outside as long as you don't let bigger bodied receivers pick on him out there. And then Richie Grant, a bona fide beast of a safety that needs to be higher on people's lists. And then Marvin Wilson, who's underrated D tackle from Florida State. So I really like this draft. If you guys like this draft, or like I mentioned, if you guys want to see your guys' team, go ahead and leave that in the comment section below. Give a thumbs up to me, guys. Subscribe. I really appreciate it. It's going to help the channel grow. It's going to get these videos coming out faster. And yeah, you're the best. You're the best. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.